g'day, I'm Steve. Welcome to Woodworking Masterclass, but this really, again, not much woodwork. It's a catch-up. I've been busy, there's been a lot happening in the world. I'll just turn that light around. So I thought, while I can still remember how to set my gear up, I better do a stream so I don't forget, just in case I have something important one day that I want to share. And that could be coming up very shortly as well. So, g'day to everybody. Oh, let me just get this chat out and then we should be rocking and rolling. Oh dear. It's been fun, hasn't it? Hearts and prayers and blessings and everything go to everybody that's having a bit of trouble with the way the world's going this morning or today. Especially those poor people in Ukraine and surrounding areas, and also the people in my country, in Australia, that have suffered greatly with the floods. Our hearts go out to you all, and just hope you can get back on top of it. It takes courage, takes time, takes perseverance, takes support, and that's all I can say. As I said, prayers and thoughts are with you all. G'day, Jared. How are you, mate? Oh dear, as I mentioned in the intro, we did get a little bit affected by floods, but nothing bad compared to everything else other people around Australia copped. I've got mud all through my sheds, which slowly I'm sorting that out, and we've got an old caravan that we've had for a fair few years, and the roof seam exploded on that, so that all got wet, so we had to put a tropical roof on that, which is just another roof to go on the top. And thankfully I had a mate came around and we welded that and got that all up. I think he did more work than I did. So thanks, Jono. Appreciate it, mate. Oh, and well, I remember, big shout out to my gorgeous granddaughter, Raven. How are you, darling? Over in Canada. Oh, my thoughts are with you, darling, and I wish we were all close, and your wonderful mum, Trudy, and Nick. It would be wonderful if we could all get a bit closer, but unfortunately we've got a couple of oceans between us. But just because we don't talk to you all the time doesn't mean to say you're not in our hearts and not in our heads and not in our thoughts. So, Raven, mwah, that's for you. That's from me, Grandma Australia, and the rest of the crew down here. And Trude, you're doing a great job. Thanks so much. Okay, and Nick, how are you? I hope you're well too. That just about covers that. I promised that. Big shout out to the young lass. She's a very, very talented girl. I love watching some of the things that she draws on, 3D computer stuff. Very, very good. All right, so let me go. James, g'day. Hi there. Nathaniel, yeah, you're the one behind, and Nathaniel sent me a message the other day and said, when are you going to stream again? Or words to that effect. I said, well, soon. So I haven't got much on at the moment. I'll show you what I've been doing. So thanks, Nathaniel. Enjoy the push. James, so the floaties are still untested. Oh, well, yeah, my floaties are, but within a couple of kilometres, bridges were under by several metres, and yeah, people lost their houses, which is not very good, but there you go. Mitch, g'day. It's nice to be on again. It is. As I said, I wasn't going to stream until I had something to share, and then I looked at my old videos and I thought so I haven't even got the apron on. The old, hello, I might be out of gas here. Oh no, there we go. Oh, this is sand. I was doing some marquetry. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Oh, I wish I had what happened. It was brilliant. Yeah, look, it is. It's nice to be on again. Thomas, greetings from Poland. To you too from Brisbane, Australia. Philip, g'day mate. I'm down in Albury. Oh, I got married in Albury. Actually, I got married in Lavington. There you go. Small world. Got married at St James at Lavington. I don't know, it was a long time ago. And I used to live in Dick Road. There you go. There's a big, long street in Lavington as well. So, I hope you're enjoying Albury, Philip. Peter, g'day. Hi from Canberra. Hi from Brisbane. Oh, yeah, what I've been trying to do, I don't know, I don't know if I'm doing this as I go or what. No, I think we might just turn that off. What happened the other day? This, by the way, oh, it's not going to do it. It might. What I do with Marquetry to get the shading, that actually is, hot sand. What did I do? Hello, that's interesting. Why didn't that work? That worked. That worked. Why didn't it work? That's off, that's off, that's on. I don't know what that does, but we'll do it anyway. That's interesting. Oh, hang on, we might not be plugged in. Wait a minute, let me plug it in. Something might have happened. No, it did too. It's come from together. Now, there's a myriad of cords and cables and goodness knows what around here. There you go. That's interesting because it was showing. There we go. How's that? All right. That's hot sand in there. And that's a bit of, what it is, maple, I think. So if you stick that in the hot sand, bearing in mind it's turned off, but what it does, it actually scorches the sand like that, and that gives you a shadowed effect. So that's what that is. That's actually the bottom of the fire extinguisher. My other one, might as well do it. Oh, if I can find it. It's all, it is. Honestly, I'm looking forward to cleaning up now. I've worked all these things out I was trying to work. Okay, this was my fruit tin one, and it lasted for a good time. But as you can tell, it's not much chop now. So I thought, I'll get another one. And I went to one of these cheapy shops. Hey, how's that? Well, how's that for a box of chocolates? Not bad, is it? They were nice chocolates too. But they're great for, I put them in Marquetry bits in there. You wouldn't eat those in one setting watching TV. Where was I at? Yes, so I went to one of the cheapy shops and bought myself, I had a look, see, I knew what I wanted. I'll show you what I ended up getting, but no. And I had a mate with me, he said, what about this? And it was one of these single egg fry pans. It was about that big with a handle on it. I thought, what a bonus. I can put it on there, do my marquetry, and I've got a handle. So I don't burn myself when I try and pick it up. Put it on there, lit it, did some stuff, went up, doing a bit of lathe work up in the wood turning shed. And my mate came in, and then he came up, he said, have you seen your saucepan? I said, yeah mate, it's working well. He said, go and have a look at it. The handle was hanging down here, the top was up here, and the bottom had melted onto my gas thing. So I don't think it was real good quality aluminium. So I could be wrong, but I didn't think they got up to 660 degrees. But anyway, that was it. So if you're going to do marquetry, get yourself some steel. Don't get aluminium because it'll burn through, because that stays on for hours when I'm doing marquetry. So then what I thought I would do, I got a parrot feeder from the same place, and that's, you put it in the parrot's cage obviously, but I don't have parrots. And I was very sceptical. I mean, it's meant to be stainless steel, but I'm thinking, nah, don't trust it. It could be, I don't know, could be chrome-plated plastic for all I knew. So anyway, I had an old fire extinguisher lying around that I use. I've got a furnace that I melt copper and brass and aluminium in, and I use fire extinguishers as crucibles. So I had one lying around, and I cut that off there, and it has come up a treat. So this, the parrot feeder, I was going to take it back, but it's going to cost me more in petrol to take it back than the damn thing's worth. So I've got it on the leg of my scroll saw, and it's full of goose food. So when the chickens come in, they got a little feedy spot there. So there you go. Good morning, Andy. Have you moved yet, mate? Have you moved? You must have. I've been gone for 3 weeks. Well, I hope everything's working out well for you, put it that way. Richard, good morning. For once we got decent weather, both of us. It's lovely outside. It's about 20 degrees, blue skies, very nice. And Normandy sunny and warm this week. Well, there you go. Hope your apples and your horses are doing well, mate. Hey, Vinny, how are you? Peter, g'day. Hope things are drying up there. I've lost a few fruit trees, which I was a bit disappointed about. But anyway, what can you do? These things happen. So yeah, what I was trying to do, because this bed that I'm doing, sure the pan didn't come from the kids' It might have, Andy, I don't know. It was really funny because whenever I go to a shop or something, I generally talk to, the people who serve you and get a bit of conversation going. This girl, she's a sweetheart. She was telling me if you've got enough heat, you can turn peanut butter into diamonds, because she's seen it on eBay. Oh, not on eBay, on YouTube. So anyway, we got talking about that. And it was really good because I lost the receipt between the shop and the car. The receipt had gone. And I said, you remember me? Oh, she said, yeah, we had that good talk about peanut butter and diamonds. I said, yeah, that's it. I said, problem with the fry pan. She said, what? And I whacked it up. Those in Australia were my age will remember the romper room mirror where you look through the mirror and you can see everybody. I just picked it up and said, well, that happened. I can't say what she said, but you can guess. Anyway, so I got the parrot feeder. And it didn't matter. We came back and did this. Yeah, so this bed, here you go. I've got this bit of timber that I've glued together. Oh, let me go over here. Oh, dearie, dearie, dear. And a lot of you are going to say, well, that's easy. Why didn't you do that? Well, unfortunately, I didn't know. And it took me 4 days. I'll show you some of the mistooks. Oh, so this is what, it's just going to be a frame to put the marquetry in. But as you can see, it's got nice chatoints to it. It's Queensland maple, but there's nearly 400 bucks worth of timber I had to cut up to get that particular piece. So as you can imagine, I was a bit reluctant in diving straight in. So I think the last time I streamed, I was trying to make ovals in sections. And here's one that, yeah, we've got a couple here that sort of worked, but I wasn't happy with them. That's one that I charred. So that's had the Yakasugi treatment on it. So it's all nicely burnt. And then I oiled it, so it's now dry so I don't get black stuff all over my hands. So I will put a mirror in that. And then that was another attempt I had. And yeah, good on me, straight through the dowel. So that, well, I'm not putting dowels or biscuits in there. And I made one of those jigs up that people tell you about on YouTube. Very, very easy to make. And I don't know if I'll actually do a video of how to make one because there's enough people out there showing you. All it is a trammel table, flat piece. What I've done is cut dovetails on the table saw on it, and then I made these slides up here, and the reason they're marked X and Y is because, yeah, they are slightly different. So they just go in there like that, and that goes in there like that, and then you put your lever on it, and as you turn, they move, and they will give you a beautiful oval. Nothing wrong with that at all. Very happy with that, in fact. And there's a lot of people on there that show you how to do it on YouTube. And it's fantastic if you just want an oval tabletop or an oval panel or an oval sheet. But I couldn't find anyone that would show me how to use that to do an oval frame. And honestly, now I look at it, it's so simple. So I'm not going to tell you. No, I'll tell you. So I started out, I had oodles of attempts. Then yesterday I was getting a bit closer. Let me see. What's that one? Okay. And then that one, I was starting to get close, and I was playing around with, ratios and sizes and all this sort of stuff. But it was about 55 mil there, but it was 45 mil there. And so a few other failed attempts. And then today, at about lunchtime, the penny dropped. And I haven't cut it out yet, but there it is. It's a 55 mil frame, and yeah, I've messed up in the corners, but I'm not worried about that at all. It was, had to get it so I could do it evenly. And what I realised was, as simple as anything, basic woodwork. When you are using a router and you're cutting on the outside of a circle, you're using the inside, hang on. Yeah, you're using the, I've forgotten now. That goes out, that goes. Yes, you're using the inside of the cutter. When you're doing an internal one, you're actually using the front of the cutter. So I'm using a 20 mil bit, and obviously I was out by 40 mil, because when I said I wanted it 50 mil thick, I would just rein the router in 50 mil and then run it, and it just wasn't even, and it was all out to Billio. And what twigged me, I saw a guy drawing a circle with using one of these things, and he used a pencil, and he had concentric ovals using the pencil. That's when the penny dropped. That's it. I'm cutting with a different edge on the inside and outside. So what I do now is I cut the outside first, and I set the dimensions up. So I'll show. I'm going to make a different one. I'm going to make one out of metal. I think it's going to be much more sturdy, and also I'll be able to put slides in. But what you do is work out the distance you want these to be, and what is it? It's half the width, half the length. They're your holes, measured from the inside of the cutter. So from there to there, there to there. And because I want, excuse me, to have it 50 mil thick, the frame 50 mil wide, I have to allow a gap of 50 mil in there, plus the width of the router, which is 20 mil. So that's 70 mil. That's all right. This is closed. I don't know if I can do it. Hang on. No, it's too hard because it slides. Oh, hang on. I might be able to do it. Wait a minute. I'll do this more in depth when I'm actually cutting something. Oh, but you get your measurement of how big you want the inside, if you like, or That's the way I do my inside first. So I worked that measurement out and took it from there to the outside point, and then because I wanted it 50 mil, I open that 50 mil and then allow another 20 mil for the cutter, so it's 70 mil. Then I put these in there. Get in there. There you go. Put those in, and then drop these in the corresponding, see that? Yeah, drop these into the corresponding holes of the X and Y axis on that Dremel plate, and then cut it. That will do the outside of the frame, and then once that's done, I take these out, move this forward so it's flush, and then do the inside of the frame, and that will give you the exact thickness and parallel frame that you want. But it took me 4 days to figure it out. Hey Ben, how are you? Oh yeah, it is. It's nice, that particular piece of timber. I quite like that. So now I've got that worked out, I can do a dummy one and put it into the bed head. I don't know if I've got a phone on me, most likely not. Oh, here we go. This, for those that haven't seen it, this is the bed head that I want to do. Where is it? I'll show you what I'm doing on the other thing in a minute. Okay. Okay, so that's, oh, you can't see it, can you? Well, let me try this one. There you go. That's the bed head. The oval sits in the middle, then the S's and that stuff up the top and the heart, that's all blacksmith work, and then the cross hatching is timber with diamonds cut in it. So until I got that oval sorted out, I couldn't do anything else. But now I've got the oval sorted out, then I can bend steel strap to go around that, weld it up to the frame that'll fit into the bed head, and then get all the welding and that done. And while I'm doing that, I'm finishing off this Marquetry, which is, that's a picture of it, but it's going to be larger. This is actually in reverse because I'm doing reverse double cut bevel Marquetry, but that's the actual size. And what I'm trying to do at the moment, this piece here, I can do the flower, that's no drama. But what I'm trying to do is where's it gone? There you go. Is the stamens in the middle of the flower, those little bits, that's what I'm trying to work out how to get in. And I think that's taken me the best part of 5 days to remember how to do double bevel Marquetry on the scroll saw. And when I originally learned it, it was with a guy called Silas Koff. Where's his book? Oh dear. And I thought, oh, there's no worries. I remember doing this. This is his book. You can buy him off his website for $750 US. But anyway, that's it. And I remember doing it, and it was no dramas. I thought, oh, can't be too hard. No, I can remember. Yeah, we did that. And I came down here, and I could not get my head around it. And then we lost internet. No, hang on, sorry. We lost internet first because I was looking online to see if there was anything, but there wasn't anything for what I wanted. Then we lost the internet, which for about 4 days, which the kids couldn't handle it. They just went to pieces. No, that's not true. They went to pieces for about a day. And then they got into cooking and cleaning and reading and doing stuff around the yard. I was hoping I could keep it off for a month. But anyway, I got this book. I thought, no, I know it's in the book. And he's got a brilliant section in the back of the book, how he does reverse cut, double bevel marquetry and makes that eye out of it. Well, I read it and I read it and I read it and I still couldn't get it. And I thought, God, why can't I do it? And I looked in the front of the book and it blew my mind. There you go. That was 10 years ago I did that course. No wonder I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday, let alone 10 years ago. So anyway, I persevered and I came up with it and it didn't make sense. And then there was one sentence in his book, I think, that made me go, ah, now I understand. So I've been down here doing that. But there's a lot of marquetry to be done on this. But the thing is, I'm going to use a scroll saw, double bevel. I use about 13 degrees. And honestly, for the first, what do I do? And it looks like a pack of poo tickets. It really does. If you look at that, whoop, it really does not look anything like it's meant to. But when you actually put the tracing over the top, so the idea with this double bevel stuff is you don't get a final picture until you actually inlay it. That's the whole bit I couldn't get my brain around. So if I had the tracing paper of that, I might, have I got it? No, I haven't. You lay the tracing paper over it, you can see the picture. So the idea is you do all the little bits, the intricate bits. I mean, these are, they're leaves. And that's the leaf. And that's the leaf. But you don't see it until you actually put it on the background and cut it in. And the reason for having the overage on everything is because when you actually put it into your job, you then cut it to size and cut it to shape. And the double bevel, what it does, when you're cutting, it creates a larger portion. This did my head in too. If you're cutting, how do I cut? I've forgotten. Anti-clockwise. You know, let me get up here and I'll see. Yes, cut clockwise with 2 veneers. I actually use 4, but I'll explain that later on. With your top veneer, if you cut clockwise, the top veneer is larger than the veneer. So when you finished at 13 degrees, the top will fit exactly into the bottom veneer, up to the light, and there won't be any gap. If you do it the other way around and you do it anti-clockwise, the top veneer is smaller than the bottom one and it'll fall straight through and you've got a great big gap. So there are situations where you want the bottom veneer to replace the top veneer you're cutting. In that case, you then cut anti-clockwise and then the bottom veneer will fit snugly into the top veneer. It's one of those things that does your head in. So anyway, I've got a lot of that to do. And I did, just that flour, and my back was killing me. So I thought, that's it. What I've got to do is get the saw off the ground. So this now is my scroll saw. If this isn't too hot, I'll pick it up and put it on the ground. There we go. Oh, look at that. No fatalities. So I had to actually put risers on it of 300 mil. So I welded this up to bring the table up so I can comfortably just sit here and, where's a piece of stuff? Yeah, I can just sit here and, TV's going funny. Just work like that with a straight back, or as straight a back as an old guy like me can get. Oh, let me just spin this around. We'll see how we're going here. Camera's playing ducks and drakes. Whoops. There you go. See if I just move. That's my light. I'll just move that off for a tick. So you can see the head on this one tilts, and I think it's 13 degrees. Fairly sure it is. I might be 11. But then you can just work really nicely. You can see what you're doing, and you don't get a sore back out of it. And down the bottom, I don't think you can see it there. No, down. Let's see, down. Now on this leg over here that you can't see, that's where I got the chook feed for the chooks. So we'll be doing a fair bit of that in the coming days, I think. Oh, and that was the other thing. I've got a foot control pedal on it, and I bought it on eBay. It was $10, something, I don't know. Anyway, I put it on, and it was great. It worked, but the trouble was, when I put my foot on the pedal, this is, oh, where is it? Ah, here we go. Here's the pedal here. Just a little cheapy foot pedal. What happens, I don't know if that's going off or what. What happened was the saw would run, and then when I put my foot on the pedal, it'd stop. There's a bit of inconvenience because it meant the saw was running all the time while I was setting the next cut up. And I was talking to a mate that came around to help me put the tropical roof on the caravan. He said, I just changed the wires over. I said, I've changed the wires over. He said, no. He said, there should be 3 contacts. I said, yeah, 1 earth, 1 neutral, and 1 active. He said, swap them around. I said, I've done that. Then he came down here, put the multimeter on. He said, no. He said, you don't need the earth. It's only a dual pole. So just put this on, and there you go. So now the saw's on, and I just walk over, press the button, do it, come back. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, there's a bit of work there, isn't there, Ben? I don't do things by half. And I'm enjoying tonight because I've gone and cleaned the chooks out, given them all new straw, fed them so they can put themselves to bed and they don't have to fight with me. It's funny, it gets darker a bit earlier. The chooks were going in about 7 o'clock. Guarantee if I look out there now, they're nearly all in bed. Go figure. I don't know. Andy might have found a place to move to, not too far away. Half size here, but better than a tent. 3 to 4 weeks till I move. Oh, good on you, Andy. Yeah. You're using that lovely coloured veneer. Oh, I will be. At the moment, I'm using natural. Louise, I'll talk to you in a minute too. 6 knots. Just don't mention it. Oh, nah, come on. No, don't be like that. Oh, dear, I thought I was going to get through. Oh, dear, I spent a couple of weeks ago. He said, he's going to come and we'll do a joint stream when I finish the music stands. Oh, dear, oh, dear. G'day, Robbie. How are you, mate? Welcome along. Louise. Yeah, I've, actually. Oh, I do have some of yours here. There you go. That's some of your green. That's some of your green. And I love the different tones of got. Let's see if I can get a good picture of those. Yeah. They're leaves. They're leaves. I did do what are we on? Oh, I did actually do a flower using the pink, but it just didn't do it for me. I'll see if I can find it. Whoops. I love that colour there. That's gorgeous. Excuse my back. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I did a dummy run with the pink, doing the flower. This is while I'm still trying to work out how to do it. But yeah, the pink. It's close to the picture. I'll show you the picture. Wherever my book is. Oh. Oh. These are illustrations from John Gould, the world famous ornithologist, naturalist, or whatever they call them nowadays. But that's a picture I'm doing. So I guess, let's have a look. Oh. I guess that's pretty darn close to the colours, but it just didn't do it for me. So I've gone for maple. I think this one's maple. Yeah, which is just a more natural sort of colour. And once that gets this, I'm doing this one again because I haven't got the stamens in that. When I sand that back, a lot of that burning will come off, so it'll look much more like a natural shadow. And that's what I tell people when you're doing marquetry. Burn it more than you actually want it, because you're going to lose a lot of it, excuse me, when you actually sand it back. So yeah, it's been full on. I use 4 pieces. I'll show you why. I won't do any marquetry now because my brain's fried. But, oh, I tell you, makes you think. Yeah, I use 4 pieces. Actually, I'll do a demo just to show you what I mean. Okay, let's just... I don't want to use Louise's because it's nice. Okay, I'll use a bit of that. And oh, what I'm going to do, there you go. It's good to have a wide variety of veneers, and if you look at those stamens there, you'll see that they're actually yellow and black. Now, you can do it, but it'll do your head in. So, what I came up with was Zebrano. So when I'll cut those in one length, using this timber, I should get that variegated stripy effect. But I'm not doing that live because I got to think, and I can't talk and think at once. Oh dear, where's it? Okay, we'll use this bit. There you go. A little bit of that and a little bit of this. We'll do a petal. And, oh, yeah, okay. Is that going to work? I mean, you just, even when you think you know what you're doing, you don't. All right. So, I'm going to orientate, I'll do two petals and I'll do it in brown, just to give you an idea of what it is I'm doing. Louise, just check the end grain to make sure the die is all the way through. I've checked, but when I cut, always check. Yeah, look, they are. It's pretty darn good, Louise. I've got to say, very impressed. Because you know, I did one, and I wasn't impressed when I sanded it. It wasn't yours. It wasn't yours. I got them from England. It sanded through, which wasn't the best plan. So what I've done here, I've orientated the grain to this petal here. So this is going this way, and this one's going to go that way. I don't know if you can see that. That grain is going this way, and this grain's going out to the side. So I've set up one bit of veneer there, and the grain is in that orientation. The next bit I'm going to put onto here with the other orientation. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so that's there. I'll put this on here like that. And that was clever. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to cut this line here. So I'm going to come in there, or come in there and come out there, one or the other, don't care which one. So that's the line I'm going to cut there. This might work, it might not work, I don't know. Oh! Okay, it seems to behave itself reasonably well. Actually, I'll leave it on there and then you can see what I'm doing. And I would, at this stage, burn it. So this is the top one, and it's going to perfectly into that bottom one, just like that. And we've got the grain direction going the way we want it to go. Normally I use veneer tape, but so you can see, is very, very little gap. Whereas if I did that with a knife, oh, there is a little bit of a gap there. Let me just clean that up a bit, because there's meant to be no gap. There we go. It's me putting it together. Oh, come back here. All right. Now that wasn't too bad, but what happens a lot, I'll just try it on a bit of this and see if it does what I want it to do when I don't want it to do it. There you go. You see that? Just all breaks and comes away. Very hard to keep your fingers on it. So, what I use is 4 bits of veneer, and just use some, secondary veneer, not your good stuff. I happen to have a lot, and I mean a lot, of paperback veneer. So I use that, and I find that I get a really good cut. Who would have thought you'd be cutting timber with scissors, eh? Okay. So what I do there is I will use a bit of your green. Louise. Actually, no, I think I'll use a bit of pink, because I've used your pink before. I'm going upside down, so I've got to have the back facing up. That's the back one. So we'll do the same leaf, if I can find it. First things first, I put down a bit of scrap veneer. Okay, that's there. Then I get a bit of pink veneer. This method is very, very wasteful as far as veneer goes, but the finished product is just spectacular. So what I've done there, I've orientated that grain to go with these lines. Let me just move this around. Whoop. There you go. So the lines of the petal will be going outwards. That veneer is orientated in that direction, and I've got the wrong side up. So I've got to turn that over, because I'll be working on the back side. That's why I put the pencil on there. So that's going to go there. I'll hold that down with a bit of tape. Now the other piece, which is the next petal, and the thing is, these little bits, when I cut them off, I'll still use the little bits later on. So this orientation is going this way to cover this petal here. Turn a little bit more, that's it. Okay, put a bit of tape on that. That's all held together. Now, I'm confident that's laid out properly. Then I put another piece on top of that. Like, that doesn't have to be that big. It can be that big. And tape that down. And basically what I've done there, I've got a sandwich or a packet. So now I draw. This is why it's important that you get everything right with the orientations, then you draw that line in you want to cut. So we'll cut in here and we'll go out there, and if you like you can put an arrow on that. Take that off of there. Take that off or else it'll stick on the table. So at the moment you can't see anything, that's all you've got. But we've got 4 pieces of veneer there. And now we just simply use a bit of light. Notice I'm going clockwise. I've got the wrong glasses on for this, but anyway. And then we come out of the cut. I'll just spin that around. And we'll bring this over here. It's not the sort of thing you can do when you're tired, because boy, you can get into strife. So that's a waste piece. That's a waste piece. That is a waste piece. This piece actually goes into there. So then what I would do, if I had the burner there, I'd actually be burning this while I'm doing it. So I'm putting the shadows as I'm putting it together. And if you look at that, oh, this is confidence, isn't it? I'll just check. All right, if I put that there, there shouldn't be any gaps. So there's no light getting through. That is a perfect join. You don't get any chip out. You don't get any bad cuts. You get a nice clean cut. And look at that join. That is just perfect. And it's perfect every time. So that's why I use 4 pieces of veneer. If you're using a thicker veneer, I'm using 0.6, 0.7 of a mil veneer. If you're using thicker veneer, 2/32 or something 3/32, you might not need it. But even with this paperback veneer, if I just put that through by itself, let's see if we... Yeah, we still get a burr up coming off of there. There's broken fibres poking up. So if you've got that as a sacrificial piece, this will burr up, but your joins with the veneer you need for your marquetry are absolutely schmick, spot on, as they say. But I will in the coming weeks, I want to spend a week tidying this shed up. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's a mess. But the reason it's a mess is because I've been researching and trying to remember how to do that and get the ovals done. So, and when it gets that bad that even I can't walk in here without tripping over, it needs to be tidied up. That's the end of my coffee too. Not the end of my coffee. I've still got a box full over there. I have more. Oh, gee. Hoop bomb, because I have not got time to get there. Oh, I'll come up if you like, Louise. Yeah, I'm using hoop pine actually with maple to do the flower. So quite interesting. John, at our age, you get to feel good about figuring it out more than once. You're not going to believe it, John. That actually happened. Where was I? Did I throw it away in disgust? No, here you go. This true story. True story. Happened this morning. I worked out, okay, I had to have 20 mil on top of my measurement to counteract the size of the router bit that I was using, okay? So, I had that router jig. Oh, no, I can't. Yes, I can. Oh, that was the other thing. I blew my router up yesterday too, so I had to stop and fix that. Big blue flash came out of it. So I wanted all these marks here for widths. So if I wanted a 3-inch or 75 mil, 2-inch, 50 mil, 35 mil, whatever, I marked them all out. And I remembered I've got to allow 20 mil to make up for the width of the router bit. No drama. Sat down, pleased as punch, went and did that, drew it all up, checked it, got my punch, punched every hole, and I kid you not, my drill press, if you can see it, yeah, just the other side of that door, literally, is my drill press. It wouldn't be 7 steps. And I got over there to start drilling and thought, hey, that doesn't add up. So I remeasured them all and did them. Drilled them and got back here and put them on. Oh no, I didn't allow for the cutter width. I did 7 steps. I don't know how I'm going to go home because it's 78 steps to go home. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, okay, yeah, thanks John from Delaware. Mate, but don't you have fun laughing at yourself? It's just the best thing. Oh, Robbie, mate, I'm just catching up because I haven't spoken for so long. And just to let you know that I'm still alive and kicking and we're doing well, but I've been, researching, and out of all the disciplines in woodwork, marquetry, honestly, is my favourite. Oh, sad story on that note too, very, very sad story. And my heart goes out to Jeff Hanna and his family. Many of you have heard me mention Jeff Hanna, who's my mentor, my friend, and was the person who taught me fine furniture maker and just ignited the fire for the love of fine furniture that I have. And he did a brilliant cabinet called the Hanna cabinet. You can check it out online. The Hanna cabinet went for $1 million and it's lost. It got caught in the flood. It had been sold, which was wonderful. Well, from Jeff's point of view, the monetary side, it was wonderful, but I would imagine the emotional strain of watching something like that just go under the flood, it was horrendous, mate. If anyone's watching and you see Jeff, tell him my heart goes out to him. If there's anything I can do, any veneers he wants, any timber he wants, anything that I've got, he's more than welcome to have. So, yeah, very, very sad. The cabinet itself, I believe, was made with marine ply, which is fairly stable, but the glues and the finishes and everything are not water resistant. So there was they interviewed Jeff and he said he was dreading going to have a look at the cabinet to see if it could be restored or saved in any way, shape or form. I'm personally not going to get in contact with him for the next few months because he suffered a lot of damage in his house, and I think he's going to have enough people running around after him without me putting my 2 bobs worth in. So if there's anyone out there that knows Jeff, tell him I love him, I'm thinking of him, and if he wants anything, mate, give me a call and I'm there in a heartbeat. So yeah, that was very sad. But what it made me realise was the love that I have for marquetry, and I just want to get things made now because, who knows how long something's going to last for. I'll get all philosophical on you now. Anyway, there you go. Strombones, Sweden, checking in. G'day, thanks for that. Might be a dumb question. Do you get shrinkage in the marquetry? No, you do. You don't get shrinkage. Well, hang on. Let me rephrase that. You don't get shrinkage, but on solid timber, you can get movement, which will pop your veneer. And it comes back to what I've always said, Ben, if you're working plywood, you have to lay your veneer at 90 degrees to the grain on the, and whatever you do to one side, you've got to do to the other side. But on solid timber, you actually lay it with the grain. If you're going to inlay into solid timber, which I don't like doing, but see if you can get quarter sawn. And that's when you're looking at the end grain, the grain is straight up and down. I think commercially now, anything above 60 degrees they class as quarter sawn. If I was going to do marquetry, I would want 90 degrees on my grain before I felt comfortable. And I'd use a very stable timber. What have I got down there? Spanish cedar. It doesn't move. There's a few other timbers that don't move at all, or very, very little. So you don't get shrinkage, but if you're going on solid timber, you will get movement. The other thing you do get, which is, yeah, you can get out of it, is if you're using PVA glue. I have been told that if you're using Titebond Original, you don't get creep, but everything else gives you creep. To be fair, I've used Titebond on some jobs, small jobs, and I have not noticed it creep at all. But that is the reason I use hide glue, because I don't get any creep. Once it dries, it crystallises, you sand it off, it's flat, finished, gone. It's good. Creep is if you have a look at a job that's been inlaid or whatever, run your hand over it after any period of time. It might take a year, could take 2 years, might take a month. And you'll feel these little lines between the joins. That's the nature of the PVA glue coming through. Now you can sand that back, you can refinish it, but it's going to creep again. It's just the nature of the beast. That's, again, why I use hide glue. I can't comment on liquid hide glue. I haven't, I've used it, I don't like it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but personally I don't like it. And Titebond, I'm only using very, very slight amount, and when I put my substrates down, I always use PVA. So that might have been a long-winded answer, Ben, but there you go. Oh, good on you, Andy. Joan, hello from Canada. Well, I'll say another hello to Canada, and also to my lovely granddaughter and mum, Nick, over there as well. So I'll give you 2 shout-outs now. Peter, yeah, Lismore hit so hard by the floods, the whole museum was pretty deep. And well, yeah, I understand Jeff's house copped it as well, so it's not good. So there we go. That's just about it, I think. Honestly, the reason was just to say hi, how are you? Because it's been a few weeks, and I'm still going well. Susie's going well. She's in the process of making, oh, it's a magnificent embroidery. What's that? It's a geisha girl. I think it's 700 by 900. So when it's finished, I'll make a frame. Speaking of frames, I actually put the glass in the billiard rules frame that we made ages ago. So I've got some billiard scoreboards, you know, the round ones. That's coming up. I've got to make those soon. My son requested those. But at the moment, I'm more interested. I just want to get this bed done, get involved in the marquetry, still doing beehives. All bar one of my hives are doing well. The other one, it's not going badly, but it's not going as well as the others. Oh, I don't know. There's just might have a slack queen in it. I don't know. Ah, might have a hive full of millennials. No, shouldn't say that. Be nice. Anything else funny happened? I'm sure some funny things have happened. I just can't think of them at the moment. Oh, and I've got to weed my front yard. I mow my yard now. I've got a ride-on, a zero-turn ride-on. And all the chooks follow me, and I have to be so careful that I don't run over them. Occasionally you hit them with a caster wheel just to get them out of the way. But there's a grub. And the mower's coming to them and they just sit there. Excuse me, I'm eating. Do you mind? Yeah, okay, I'll wait. Anyway, it's all good. Oh, an high glue smells bad. Does your wife complain about the smell? My smell or the high glue? Now, high glue's fine. It only smells when it goes off. And you can tell when it goes off because it'll get a mould over it and a skin. And yeah, it's rancid. But look, I have mine in there. The stuff I've got in the moment has been in there for about 2 weeks. I can fire it up. It won't stink. Those of you that can remember the day when I thought that I had sawdust on my glue pot, and I was doing the joint stream with Thea, and I picked the glue pot up, give it a shot of air to get rid of the sawdust. Wasn't sawdust, no, it was moulded, it putrefied, and I wore putrefied hide glue all over my face. Oh, talk about bath. Blah. Oh dear. Ben, hey, Steve, just wanted to say thank you for putting your videos. Oh, you're welcome. I've had it rough for a long COVID, not been able to work. Your videos have inspired me to start exploring. Oh, fantastic, Ben. More power to you. I didn't mean to hit the microphone. Yeah, if I can help in any way, drop me a line. Look, woodwork, it's not an absolute science. It really is not. You don't need the best equipment in the world. All you need is a desire. I would go for better timber rather than better equipment. Because if you're using nice timber, the number of people I know, they go, oh, I'm going to get into woodwork. Oh, yeah, I'm going to make this. Oh, yeah, what are you going to make of that? Oh, I'll go and buy some pine from Bunnings. Oh, break your heart. And, oh, yeah, but if I stuff it up, I haven't lost much. Yeah, but what happens if you get it right? You've got a crap bit of out of. So see if you can get some nice timber to work with. Any reasonable tools will hold an edge. Yeah, and just get in there. And what I like doing, and this is personal preference again, for those of you who follow me for a while, I'm not too keen on all the new fandangled bits and pieces. They have got machinery and tools to such a stage now where an idiot can pick it up and say, oh, I'm a woodworker, because it's so safe, because they, you know, make allowances for the lowest common denominator, whereas you can get some really nice basic tools, and with a bit of nous and with a bit of thought and a bit of care, you can make absolutely beautiful stuff. You don't need all the big high-end machines. I honestly could do with a lot less than I've got, but I've got it, so I'll use it. And someone said to me the other day, you know, geez, your workshop's full of gear. I said, yeah, but I didn't used to have this stuff, and I used to put out a lot of work. It's only since I got into having a TV show and doing these YouTube videos that I've acquired stuff along the way. So work out, and the other thing is, Ben, work out what it is that you want to do, because what you want to do will actually dictate what tools you need. If you want to make boxes, you can get by with very, very few tools. If you want to make chairs, again, you can get by with just a few tools. If you don't know what you want to do and you want to have a crack at anything, in that case, you can have a lot of tools. So, you know, work out what it is you want. But if I can help in any way, drop me a line, admin@woodworkingmasterclass.com.au. And that goes for anyone watching. And if you're new and you'd like, please hit the channel. I've just hit 96,000. So I really want to hit the 100K, because it makes me feel as if I've actually achieved something. So who knows? Ah, dear, oh dear. John, on the router and drill press, our thoughts seem to be especially organised. You get up and go through the doorway and can't remember why you did it till you get back. So hey, I'm with you. Yeah, fridges, fridge doors. That works on teenagers. Oh yeah, I'm going to... That's it. Oh, we got one fridge and it beeps after 5 minutes saying, no, shut the door. Oh, what'd you go there for? I don't know. Well, grab something. Oh, the chocolate biscuit, that'll do. Anthony, if you're watching, you chocoholic. Are the bees on their devices? Are all the bees on their device? Yes, yeah, they're all up and around the place in their own little hives, doing very nicely. Got some more coming soon, which is good. Raven, Nick, and all of us say hi. Hope all is well with you. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Good to hear. No, that's lovely. So I said, just because we don't see you doesn't mean to say we don't think about you. Just stay safe and keep being creative, Raven. Raven, sorry, sweetheart. Oh dear. Damn, great to see you, Steve. Sorry to hear all about the people affected by the floods. I've been looking at this. Yeah, no, it's horrible. Oh, mate, I tell you what, I reckon they'd have a better chance of loading the dishwasher. Got a new dishwasher too, and they still can't load it properly. I mean, what is hard? You've got racks in there. They're like that, right? They're parallel. You put the plate in so it's straight. Oh, no. One goes out, the other one's three legs up. Oh, I don't know. Still, it's good if all I got to whinge about is the fact no one can stack a dishwasher properly. Ugh. You just bring the best of me out, don't you, Andy? You just know what buttons to push. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to push. I'm going to push the good night button because I'd better go up to the house to see what's happening. Lovely to have a chat with everyone again. Thank you all for your company. As I said before, if you're new, really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. That would be great. I won't be leaving it as long as I did last time. I want to have a concerted effort for the next couple of days of cleaning this mess up, and then we'll get into doing some serious marquetry. There's another cabinet over there I want to finish off, and we'll go from there. Yeah, look, Andy, I might even do the music stand. But what will you have to complain about if I do? How sad. Oh dear. So that's it. Thank you one and all. This is Steve pulling the shed door down, saying, remember to keep it sharp, and more importantly, keep it safe. Look after yourself, be kind to each other, and I look forward to having your company in the workshop, at the workbench again very, very soon. Till then, stay safe, look after yourself. God bless. Catch you later on. Bye for now.